Um, so in the last class, we've seen uh, the basics on what is calculation view, what all properties it will have, how we go in. Now we'll have to look into the demo part, like how do we create those calculation views, whether it is scripting based or graphical based. Now, one by one, basically we would not try to build the entire logic into single calculation view. We would prefer to modularize it. Say, for example, I have a very big logic to be implemented for the modeling. I would break down them logically and then build up multiple calculation views and then combine them into a main view. So in that case, maintenance easy. Or if you want to do some changes, it will be that's what. If you want to do maintenance, it will be very easy in that case. Yeah. And it will also improve the performance because you can deploy parallelism when you modularize it. Yeah. Now, if you remember, we had a scenario about getting the partner, then product, and then time based, and then we want to analyze those three dimensions as per the different measures from the sales. So I would like to simulate the same thing, but this time using a calculation view. Yeah. You're not able to hear me? Others, can you all hear me, boss?
Yes.
I think everyone. Charan, can you just log out? Charan, log out and log in. Yeah. Okay, boss. Now, first, I just want to have a simple calculation view, which will just project me details of a business partner. Yeah. So I just say right click, say new calculation view. ZCV BP something say 001. And this is the package I'm creating in, and the type of view I'm going with this calculation view. I don't want to copy from, I just want to create new. And subtype of calculation view, whether it's standard or time, I'm going with the standard calculation view. And I would like to go with graphical now. And if you see, when you're formulating it for business partner, I don't see the use of any measures. It will just represent only dimension. Say okay. So since your data category is dimension, the default output node is projection. Okay, good. So the logic here is what? I need some columns from address table. I need some columns from business partner table. Then I would like to join both these tables and then result the view. Yeah. So what I'll do, first I'll try to use the projection of the address table, and then so that I can just project only the columns what I exactly need them, right? So get into this. So just take the address ID, then city, then country, then I just want, then regions. See, in the projection node, if required, you can rename. This could be a different name you want to rename it. You can see the proper length of the column, day type, whether it's key. We'll see this options, transparent filter later and key flag later. But you can basically rename the columns if required in the projection. Yeah. So that is one more flexibility. If you want to rename the columns, project only certain columns, or if I want, I can also apply filtering, because I told you we can apply filtering in the projection, which is not the default. In the default node, I can't do this, but projection, which is not the default node, I can do this. And more professional, you go about renaming it so that you know what is this. You can say geo details. Can I use special characters? Okay. So geo details BP. Okay. Done. This is one result set I'm going to get. I would like to have another result set which gives me about business partner. business partner. So I won't like to have partner ID, then company name. I also need this address ID to join to the other set. So this column to be projected out. I'm fine. Then I'll say, I'll rename this as BP details. Now basically I have two result sets which are giving me, one is giving me the geo details of the partner, and I've got another result set which is just giving me basic details of the business partner. So I would like to go about joining both of them. So to join, I have another operation to join two result sets. So join can only join two result sets first. Okay. Now take this, connect this to this join, and connect this to the join. So join. Now if I see the properties of the join node, canvas of the join node, I see two results. One is geo details of the business partner and BP details. So I would like to join both of them on the address ID, or you can just bring out the join. This left table I want as business partner, right table I want it as details. Anything. So basically, even though the partner does not have any geo details, I still don't want to miss that partner. So what I do is I take this out, join with address ID. So if I go with inner join, it only projects out the partners which has geo details. I don't miss them. So I go with right outer join. So it does bring in common, plus even the partner which does not have any geo details also would come in. Okay. Then after this, okay, we have joined. From both of this, what columns do you want? I want city, country from this, region from this, I want company name and partner. I don't need to project this address ID. Then connect this to the default output node. From this, it does commit. I would let project all the columns at output, and then semantics. You see them being defined as dimensions because of the data category here. We can change it here also, but since the data category is dimension, we are not allowed to use the measures. It's all will be dimensions. And here you can also, this is more like an attribute view, right? This is more like calculation view simulating your attribute view. I want this to be a partner ID to be key. I can define the key also. We'll come to these properties, and then we can also create hierarchies in calculation view. I would like to create a hierarchy here. I would like to go with level based, and level name is fine. I want region at the top. Then I want country. Then I want city. Company name is nothing but or I would go with partner ID. And then for partner ID, I can specify it's all in ascending is okay. And I also want to have root node, multi-parent, I would like to allow it. But for the parent, I would like to enable the company name as a label column so that whenever I use partner ID, it will show company name as the description, label column. Yeah, that is it. I can still leverage your input parameters or variables. Now look at this. Someone asked me when I'm able to create attribute view. Why should I create the same thing in calculation? So see, if you create attribute view, do you have the flexibility of using input parameters and variables there? We can only go with fixed placeholders. But if I create the same with calculation, I have the flexibility of creating input parameters and variables also for this view, which does not have the measures also. Okay? Disactivated. So this is about another one demonstration of calculation view, just with the tables and the simple join and projections. Okay. Now if I try to see this data, it does show me all the partners data information, and I get to see data for all the countries. So if I just get to see the count, I can change the aggregation function, but this is a characteristic, so I just get the count of it. Okay. But if I still want to see only for one country, I can still apply filter. Like Like in attribute view, how do you apply filter in the data foundation? Here I can apply filtering in the filter this in the projection bus or aggregation. Now equal to some country, and I can also make this dynamic by using the concept of input parameter. For now it's okay. I've just taken it as China. So if I go to country and if I put the partner ID, so I get China and what is this? Null. How come the country? Null? Yeah. Because my join is right outer join, so it does bring in even the customers who does not. That's because of right outer join. Okay? Not over. You can remove the filter. That's why it's giving null, because I am trying to bring in customers who does not have corresponding country also. So if we change the dimension to cube, will it consider the default node as projection? No, it will replace. As soon as I change this to cube here, it will not allow you to activate this. No measure is defined. So as soon as a measure comes in, this cannot be a projection. It needs an aggregation. That's all. You add, see, calculation engine will always, calculation view is will always use calculation engine. Attribute view will use join engine. Okay. Similar way, I just want to create one more now this time I want to create one attribute view. I think we already have an attribute view for product. Where is this? Z80 product 001. So I already have an attribute view which is giving me details of this product here. I would like to use, because I already built this logic, I would like to leverage this into my calculation. So this will demonstrate that we can use attribute view into calculation. Product. So calculation view, standard graphical again, this time again still dimensional. This time I just want to project, so there's nothing, I don't want to do any filtering. I can just straight away use a default output node and then add it out. Z80 underscore from the 10 cubics product 00. I take this, just project all the columns. See, this time I wanted to use this price, which is actually to be a key figure first. Yeah. Then, but I don't want to do any reporting directly. What we can do is we can use this getting the dimension as blank and enable this as a measure also. We can enable this as a measure because when it's blank, you can use projection node as a default node and you can also have the measures coming in now. So like this, I can also leverage attribute views into calculation views. Yeah. Now this, please explain. We need to delete projection node and replace with aggregation node. For what? If you want to use cube, it has to be an aggregation node. Yes. Yeah. I don't think you can delete. You'll be able to delete the default node. You have to go back and define your view with that and then bring it out. You cannot handle this. You cannot remove this or something. Okay. This is default. You can't touch this out. You cannot remove or something. You have to go back and recreate the calculation with the different data categories so that this is changed. Okay. Okay, like this you can use it. So not necessarily that you use it below nodes. Since I didn't want to apply filtering, I used it. But if I want to apply filter, I can't apply filter in the default output node. So in that case, I will have to go about joining, using one more projection, use it, apply filter, then connect that to the default node. Okay. Done. It's been, now I've got a calculation view, one with this product and one with this business partner. Now I would like to go with this calculation view, one which brings in my sales and join to all these other calculation views. Yeah. So ZCV, I'll show this in two scenarios. One is standard, graphical again, cube. This time I'm going with cube because I want to you leverage measures because I'm treating with facts. So I get to projection. First, I would like to join both header and item. Take the sales header. From the header, what you would like to project, I just want the sales order ID to join to that. I want partner ID information from this. And then life cycle status, billing status, delivery status. That's it from this. I'll say sales, rename this as sales header. Then I want one more table where I would like to project this sales item table. From this, I want sales order ID, item, then product, then I want gross amount, net amount, tax amount, currency. Then I want quantity and units. That's fine. Now we'll not use date now. That's okay. Then I'll rename this as the say item level data. Sales order item. Okay, done. Then I would like to join both these two and formulate the sales. Okay. We'll get this both into this and open up the canvas for join. Now, generally you will never have a miss because if you have a record in the header, it would obviously have at least one line item. So I can go with an inner join in this case. I take this header and I take this item level table. Why header doesn't have order sales? Yeah, now look at this. I have not selected the order. So I can go back to the header projection and then choose this out. Again, I can go. Now in the canvas of this, I can go about basically join the sales order ID to ID and then set this. I'm okay with inner join. Yeah. Then select what you want from each of us. I want partner, life cycle status, delivery status. And from this, I want pretty much everything. So I rename this node as complete sales. Good. Then so this just gives me sales, but I want to even join to other dimensions also. So what I'll do, I just take the another join operation. Okay, connect this join operation towards that. So I get the sales. Now I can join with other objects. So which object I want? I would like to join to other calculation which is already created for business partner. So now I'm joining to the result of this join one. towards the attribute view, so towards the calculation view for the partner details. Now join this, and you can choose what kind of join you want. I'm okay with inner. Or if I don't want to miss out the sales order for which there is no partner, I can just say left outer, and then select what columns you want from this table. I want all. From this result set, I just want the details of this. Okay, I will rename this. This is with sales data with partner. Then I want one more join node. This is sales with partner. I want one more join node which brings me the product details. So again, I just take one, so not projection. I just take one more join, and then take this join to this, and then I can bring in what is the product. So I'm able to use calculation view with blank dimension also into this. Then join it on, where is this? I haven't selected product. Sorry, I missed product. See, when I miss a product, I need to go about adding in every node, right? Instead of doing that, I can say right click, propagate to semantics. If I do this, it enables in every node automatic. Now here it's selected, then that comes into this. Here also it is selected. It comes straight away. I can go to this. Enable. Now I can use this product ID to join to this product ID. Again, I would still go in with left outer join. So I want all the columns from this and all the product information from this. So I'll say sales data with partner and a product. And I would like to collect this to my aggregation. I'm okay. So when you're dealing with aggregation, prices must be specified and as aggregated columns. Gross amount, net amount, tax amount, quantity also is an aggregated columns, because measures have to be specified with an aggregation function. So whichever you add them as aggregate columns, they would have the aggregation functions. By default, they go with sum. I can change it also. Okay. For price, if I don't want sum, I can make it as max, min, or whatever it is. And all of that should be normal add to output. Because then it starts saying sum of this group by all this. Okay. That's it. Now you have the semantics done. You assign the dimensions and have the measures. That's it pretty much. And see, what are the hierarchies I have created in this the business partner calculation view? It's not coming into this. You have to recreate the hierarchies here, or you can say extract. It's only properties, but you have to recreate this for extracting properties, not this. So you have to recreate the hierarchies again in this calculation, then use it if required. Activate. Then you get the entire analysis with all the raw data if required. Or you can get to country wise, gross amount, or whatever it is. You want region wise also. Yeah. This way you can get the view designed with a lot of joins. And here one point is to be noted. It's very important. See, your calculation view will be executed with calculation engine. Calculation engine has got its own style of executing the view. We call the style or the logic how the calculation engine executing a calculation view, we call that as calculation engine instantiation process. Your calculation engine will have a specific style or the way it executes the view. We call that as instantiation process. Okay. We call that as instantiation process. So now when you have a calculation view with multiple joins like this, look at this, you got join 1, you got join 2, you got join 3. So if you look at the calculation engine instantiation process, first it will read data from these two tables can be done parallelly. So it reads data from header and item parallelly. Then it performs a join, then take this, then performs another join, then takes it, then performs another join, all this. So it will not be one select statement which executes for the entire view. So it will have a select for this, 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 then select, then select. So that it will execute so many statements. But preferably, if you look at this logic, executing of selects is okay. But in a scenario where I have multiple joins to be performed, look at this. In a calculation engine, what it does, it takes table 1, table 2, performs a join. Take the result and join to third table. Take the result, join to the fourth table, right? So imagine, let's say I have inner joins in all the case, and ultimately the fourth table, assume the fourth table has got only one record bus. And all these tables had millions of records, and ultimately at the last I had a fourth table with only single record. What is happening here? It'll basically use a huge temporary memory to process this millions of data till here, and after this join is done, it has to process only one record. Add if I now my point is add if I would have joined this product first, because I know there is a single record. Lot of it is a join is a condition on the table, so it will filter out only for those sales of that product, and then the amount of data on which the temporary data has to be processed will be really less. You all agree with this? When I have a lot of tables to be joined, yeah, if there is one table with, let's say I'm joining 5 tables, the 4 tables are with millions of records, and the last table is only with one record. You got processing all those millions of data, then ultimately you end up joining the record table with single record, then all these million records gets into single record. If we have unnecessarily processed millions of data before we have joined to the single record, right? Had if I would have joined the table with single record first, filter out the data only for that single record, then join the rest of the tables, will that make a difference in the performance? You all agree with this? Yeah. So do you all understand this point? What I'm referring to? Yeah. So so uh, so in this kind of scenario, but it is very specific report. Yeah, generalized now. See, we don't know in which table what data will be there, right? In a general sense, that holds good. So whenever I have a calculation view with many number of join operations, I will not prefer to execute the view with calculation engine because it executes view by view, join by join, join by join. But if I leverage SQL engine, what SQL engine does is it formulates one select statement for the entire view. Say select, it like select header and item, join them, and again inner join this, again inner join this, and then sum of source. It formulates one select statement for the entire the definition of the view where all the join operations are in a single select statement. So once it forms a big SQL statement with all the join operations into it, then it also performs an operation called join precedence, like based on the DB statistics or based on the distinct values or whatever in the backend statistics. Engine will perform the check for the join precedence, which join has to be performed first, so that I can reach to the result faster in case of SQL engine. So based on the precedence, it executes that join. Then that will be faster. Now tell me, when I have a view with lot of join operations, which one would be faster? Leveraging calculation engine is faster or SQL engine is faster? SQL engine, good. So when you want to control that option, now you go to semantics and you get into view properties. There is an option here, advanced, execute in. If you leave it by default, it gets into calculation engine. If you use this option, execute in SQL engine, then it starts executing this view with SQL engine. Now say, execute this. Now depending on what you drag and drop, yeah, it understands the join precedence and performs your join and gives you. This is what, so basically we would prefer this option when you're dealing with multiple join operations. I can show you this. Just try to read this document published by SAP on this executing property to SQL engine bus. Okay, just try to read this. When the execution in property is switched to SQL engine, enforces SQL execution in graphical calculation model. The calculation engine tries to generate SQL out of each node during runtime. So if you look at the instantiation process of calculation engine, it generates SQL for each node. After generating SQL for each node, if possible, the SQL statements are combined into one big SQL statement, which is then passed on to SQL interface. This might be beneficial, and the SQL interface also involves standard SQL optimizer, which implements a lot of more optimization rules than calculation engine. Example, most important rule is join ordering determination. Which join has to be performed first? And this option is only effective when all the SQL of all the nodes can be formulated as one big SQL statement. I'll just send this, just you go through this, okay? There are some restrictions, do not include any other table or graphical. If calculation view is included, you just go through that. And one option I wanted to discuss is about the behavior of the nulls. When you have nulls in your data, the way your calculation engine deals with null is different, and the way your SQL engine deals with null is different. For example, it's like you're adding two the plus or minus operations. How does the null is treated in calculation engine or SQL engine? If you say 1 plus 2, calculation engine will give 3, SQL also will give 3. Okay. If it is minus, this also give minus 1, this also gives, that's okay. But if you are trying to add 1 plus null, your calculation engine will treat null as 0 and gives you 1, but whereas your SQL engine will still give you null. I had this problem. I was trying to add some things. There was some null and the entire value was becoming null. Okay, very important. Okay, and then when you add null and 2 again, this will just treat this as null. Calculation engine will just treat that null as 0, but whereas your SQL engine will treat the null as null only. If you are adding two nulls, calculation engine or SQL engine both will give null only. Then concatenating. If you have strings with nulls and then if you're concatenating, then what? So A and B concatenated, it gives A and B here, A and B here. But whereas if you have null, if you're concatenating A and null, your calculation engine will just give A. And if you're concatenating null and B, your calculation engine will just give B. And if you're concatenating null and null, both will give you null. Same way, if you're doing a condition, if you're checking for conditional operations or if conditions, if you're comparing the values, like 1 and 1 is okay, and 1, 2 they're okay. Then now if you're comparing 1 and null, but a calculation engine will give that as null, but your SQL engine will give 1. So when you're adding or concatenating, calculation engine is able to handle the null as 0 and then handle it. But whereas when you're comparing, your SQL engine will treat while comparing null as blank and then it says it is successful. But here calculation engine cannot compare a number with the nulls. Same way with case function it goes. Just I'll send this PDF, just read through that. See, again, these restrictions are important. If you're doing currency conversion, do it at the semantics node. Then it's okay with SQL engine. But if you're doing currency conversion at the bottom level in the between somewhere, then the SQL cannot be clubbed together. So then in that case, you still go with calculation engine only. Yeah. Like this, there are some restrictions. Do not use some special column store function like calculate attribute expression so that it cannot be convertible. Then it cannot. Basically, your engine should be able to formulate one big SQL with all the definition what you give. Then SQL engine makes sense. Okay. So explicit do not add any analytical view, attribute view, or scripting based view. This might break an optimization. So only if you're dealing with the tables, then using SQL engine makes sense. SQL consider as null values. So here we should SQL consider as null values. So we should use NLV function. We can use those functions. Yeah, we have to convert that null to blank or something. Then do that. Yeah, yes. Okay, that's okay. Okay, Bruce. Now I would like to show you an leveraging of analytical view also into this. Just one again. I have this analytical view, which is sales 001, or let me just create this. Say copy and the object is copied, and I would like to remove those input parameters. And if it's used somewhere else in the filters, no, okay. Okay. Now we just want this to be of some country. I'll take it as US. activate. I want to create one more analytical view. I want sales for GB. I'll change this filter explicitly for GB bus. I want it for another country. So assume you've got three analytical views. One is giving data for US, GB, and India, and we would like to consolidate all this, union those. So I'll use a calculation view. So standard, I'll say Q. So I'll take the projection. I can also use analytical views. So I can also use this calculation views also. So from this I don't want much. I just want that's it. Now I'll say this is sales for not the table. I want analytical views. Can I just want country? Okay. I'll rename this as sales GB Great Britain, and then at output, I'll rename this as sales India. Now I would like to unify all these three nodes. So union can take n number of inputs. Collect this US into this. can say all countries. So I have three nodes giving me same structures, and then I just want to do the mapping. No central entity here in calculation. So the country will be referred from all these three: quantity, tax, net amount, gross amount. Done. So I go with aggregations. Then I want this, all these keywords will be added as aggregated columns. This is like normal dimension, so I'll say add to output. Okay, activate. Done. So if I just try to see this, I get to see data for, because I think there's some, I'm just removing the what was enabled for conversions. So now we get to see the data. I think India, I can also see data for particular node also to just cross check whether India is not returning anything, so there's no data for India here. Yeah. Okay, done. Now this is how we can use the union operator, which can take multiple inputs. But here there is a concept here. Now let me just show you a different way. There's one more concept here, which we BW people should know, but I want to remove this country now. Let's say I would like to add the cities in it. Instead of adding one, I can just say propagate to semantics. Remove country, select city, propagate to semantics. It will add to all the top level nodes. Now city gets in. Why city is mapped in only one? Okay, activate. Now I have one question here. Now, how do you know I have this data? But how do you know which value or which row is coming from which node of it? Because I've actually unified three nodes. One is the result set of US, GB, and India bus. But how do I know which record is coming from which node is? In BW, when you use implement the same concept with multi-provider, we have an info bit called zero info provider, which tells you which record comes from which provider of it, right? Similar way here, are we able to differentiate which row is coming from which node here? Boss? Yeah, use constant select. Yeah, see now what similar way in HANA they call that concept as constant union by constant. So what they do now look at this. How do they differentiate if they don't have any? They try to build some dummy column in each node. I could have used country, but still I'll say IND something. I'll set this as IN something, or I'll say node 1. They call this concept as union by constant. Again, there will be one more column here, IND 5, so node 2, node 3. So I get the mapping done. So this is simple logic, but they call this logic as union by constant. So now with this node, I can say this record is coming from node 2 and all these are coming from the node 3. Like this, I can be differentiating. This is more like a concept of info provider info bit in the multiple, where you can differentiate the row from which node of it, which node is it bringing from. Okay. That's one example. Next, I would wanted to go with this. This is giving me sales. No? I think this is give. I just want again copy this. I will like take an article view, which gives me for all the countries. activate. This is fine. Now I would like to demonstrate on ranking this. Cube is fine. I would like to take the projection of it. I would like to take the company name. Basically, I would like to derive the top based on the net amounts. Better you take region. Okay. Then I would like to take the ranking because I want to show top 3 or top 4 what. So add all these 3 to the output. You can, now what I would like to see descending top n, yes, top n. How many top I would like to see? I would like to see top 3. Okay. I think it is mandatory. First I wanted to show normal, then okay. So what I want to see is I would like to see top 3 for each country wise. So I would like to partition this data based on the country. I'll say partition by column, which is country. I thought I'll show first without that. Okay. Now for each country you get to see that. So when you run the report with the country, so you get to see in year you get to see 3 customers. In D you get to see 3 customers. US again there are 3 customers. You get to see top 3 for each country. So it partitions data by country. So if I just want to go with the region also, then I can add it as a region. So for each combination of region and country, it gives me top 3. Yeah? Now if I run, since you are seeing the report with both region and for each region and country combination, you get to see 3. It's like almost you're trying to see at country level. But if I don't have country in the drill down, it will show top 3 for each region. To demonstrate that, you can do 2 things. One is you can hide country. So it will show unit hiding, it's not working. 1 second, we can do in different way. Because I want to show if you drill down on region, you get to see top 3 for each region. If you drill on country, you get to see top 3 on country. What I do is I can basically show you, I can debug this view and show you how it works. For debug, I can do a query. Select sum of amount, so and so company. I don't want this country to be used in the query. And in the group by also, I don't want this country. Let's run this query. Now what is happening? For this region, it is still showing me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So even though I don't select country in the query, it is still showing, assuming that country is still there and showing me for the it is only hiding the country, okay, but it's still partitioning the data based on region and country combination. Yeah. So I'll say dynamic partition elements. Now let's run the query only with, again I'm just running the query only with region. So you'll have design time view. This is runtime view and the debugging. I can see what node, what value is coming at each node. So now look at this. For AM year, you get to see 3. For Asia Pacific, you get to see 3. Yeah. For example, if I run this query view with country, then it will show for each country bus. See, for each like this, that is called dynamic partitioning. So based on the what you drill down, you want to see top 3 for that, then you will enable dynamic partitioning. Okay. And something on the debug. Debugging is just to see how what results we're getting at each node. Now I can just drop down this. Say debug this view. Just run this. You can check what is the result at each. See, this is the design mode. This is the runtime mode. Okay. So go to the projection. So this is a select. It is executing at this node. You can see that. This is the result you're getting. The rank node. This is the result. This is it executing this result. This is the result at this. At each node level, you can see how the data has been changing and coming out in the debug mode. You can fire a query, and for this query, at each node, what all SQL stable it is executing, we can see this. So with this, we can analyze the instantiation process of the calculation engine. Okay. Is there any way to see complete SQL script behind these models? Can we select descending based on a column in rank node? Yeah, we selected descending only, right? Descending based on the column in rank node. I didn't understand. Means you want to do descending of the rank column. Yeah. Like descending on region. That's but you can always control the reporting level whether you want this is in ascending order or descending order. Because when you're trying to see the data, you can say region. I can sort this however you want. EMEA, what you want. Yeah. When we change the select code in the debugging, will it change the actual scenario or it is only for our data view? See, you'll have the view. Based on the query you fire, what all it automatically changes those select statements in the backend. We'll see that instantiation process. I see row count measure adding up when we choose union. Row measure count. What was the row measure count you saw? And where did you see that? In SQL, we write query as select region, country, order, select region, country, order by region, country description. Can we select order by region, country in ranking node? See, generally in the ranking, you have to get those nodes to the top and then you say top three. So sorting should be done on the measure, the key figure, not on the country, right? Yeah. Generally in the ranking, you do sorting on the measure, not on the dimension. At the union node, is it where Sai? Sai, where? This is my union node at semantics. Uh-huh. Semantics, these are my columns. Where in semantics? Okay. So we'll stop it here. And someone said you have some doubt, you're not able to activate some view. Native video, I'll send it to the. Yesterday, someone had in the activation. You have some problem in activating a view. Yeah. If you tell me your team viewer ID, I can connect to that. If it is already open.
Actually, can I connect like my I already opened my session, so can I select share in GoToMeeting
I
the
can
screen?
wait. Your name is?
Malati.
Yeah.
Actually, here it is showing as Mahendra.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I have allowed you to share the screen. You can share.
Are you able to see my screen?
No, not. I said make present. Yeah, now you can see yourself. Yeah.
Okay. So here I'm using three input parameters:
Mm-hmm.
IP region, IP country, and IP city.
Mm-hmm.
In this, in the data foundation,
Mm-hmm.
I applied those three filters.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, I just show you one. Using I'm using two attribute views.
Mm-hmm.
One here I'm sending country, and this for the second one I'm sending two parameters. I'll open those attribute views.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first one. I'm only sending region. because first I'll enter region there, and then I'm passing that region value to this attribute view. And for the second one, I'm passing to
What is the name you
value.
specified there? Can you just show?
For the previous one.
Yeah. In the attribute view, just show the name of the parameter.
Okay, this is IP region.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Let me go back here. That is what I given in my
Okay.
my parent view.
Yeah.
And in here, this is the second. Here I'm sending two parameters because I'll enter region and country, and from there it has to filter city. So I'm sending two parameters here. One is country and one is region. So when I activate this view, my value help is working fine. I'm seeing all the filters. For example, I'm selecting America Northern Continent, and I'm selecting US as country, and here it is filtering all the cities.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But when I select city as Chicago and fire this, I see that it is filtering region and country, but not the city. I don't know where it is failing. And when I see here show log, here I'm seeing it is only passing country, US. I'm not seeing the second parameter or placeholder value.
Okay. Just say close now once. Can you go to analytical view once?
Okay. Shall I close this or?
No, let that be there. Analytical view, data foundation. Yeah, open that city, edit that filter, city filter.
This is what I.
Is that parameter name correct? IP underscore city?
Yes, sir.
Can you just make it?
Shall I show here? IPCT. And even if you see here,
Yeah, mapping.
nothing. Because I'm using two attributes, one with region and one with region and country.
Yeah.
This is also mapped correctly. And if I see this, let me activate one more time this one. I see here it has completed with warnings. Everything looks same, but here I don't know why I'm getting warnings. Invalid variable, region not found in target. Like these, like 3 times I'm passing like all these values, so I don't know why it is complaining. Has anyone tried in the team?
No, I think that's only a warning because since you're using attribute view with placeholder, there's no concept of input parameter. That's only a warning, so not a problem. That's not should not be the problem.
Okay.
See, the mapping will only affect the list of values, not because the problem here is Can you open the query, SQL query there, what it is?
In the
Show log, yeah, yeah. Show log. And I also don't see region also.
yeah. But I did one more scenario only with region and country.
Hmm.
There also I have the same issue, but the output is correct. Like it is doing what I was
Because
expecting.
automatically when the country is filtered, it affects region also, right? So
Yeah.
then
So
you
that one is fine, but with this one I have no clue why it's failing.
country is equal to group by so and so. And one, can you just go to the mapping now once? In the second
Okay.
attribute view,
Okay.
in the second value help for city, just map only country, right? Why do you want to map region? Otherwise,
Because
you get to see all. No, even if I map only country, you get to see
okay.
cities of that country because country is already filtered for a region.
Okay.
And when you pass on that country, so country will just return only those cities of that country, right? Just pass only country into it. Just remove that placeholder for region and then pass only country.
So shall I remove here?
Yeah.
This is the
Just
second.
go in,
Remove this.
go into second attribute view and just remove the mapping. Yeah, remove that field.
Okay.
Yeah,
Region, right?
yeah,
Region only.
region. Yeah,
So I'm activating this. Let me close this
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
it won't get refreshed.
yeah.
And then here,
So close analytical view also once and then open it again.
okay.
Yeah. Now go to change the mappings.
So now, since I removed, now it is, I think it automatically removed.
Yeah. Now let's try this.
Mm, no, it's not doing.
It's when it says when it is bringing all the cities, it means it is not passing value to that parameter at all.
Yeah.
Can you just delete that input parameter IP once and then city and then create once again once?
City.
Yeah. Just remove that input parameter city and then let.
Here it has to point to my, okay.
Yeah. Do the mapping now
Okay. Mapping and
and filtering also. Yeah. And in the data foundation, when you're trying to do filter, try to say in list. Okay. Instead of saying equal to, say try to say in list.
here, okay. List of values.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to select everything.
No, no. Select the input parameter.
Okay.
Select the city
It's okay.
and do the mapping now also.
In semantic.
Yeah, semantics. Mapping of input parameter. Yeah.
I think I have to close and open, right? Save again.
No issues.
Country.
Yeah.
Oh. Not showing.
Just select AM here also. Caps. No, no. One second. After selecting that, okay.
Shall I go back?
No. Let's see.
With the data provider.
After you select the city, right? Just click on.
Okay. Here, what should I do?
Just select the city, some city. Okay. Once you select, yeah, say OK. Just click on the text box 2, city 2. Just click on that. Yeah. Now say OK.
No rows retrieved.
So, are you sure there is data for this city, or change the city now once?
Yeah, there is data was there before.
Yeah. Now just change it from in list to equal to now in the view. In the view definition, just make it equal to now. No. In the data foundation, when you're applying filter, instead of saying list,
Shall I close?
make it equal. Yeah. Yeah. Now let's fire this. Mm-hmm. Just click side of it. No, before that, just click on the two.
Oh,
Sometimes
okay.
the value doesn't take when you don't click there.
Okay. Let's see. We have Chicago data. Again, I'll do it.
Yeah. Now do that once. What I told you. Just after selecting the value, just click on the two so that the value is considered there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not filtering.
Okay. Now let's do one thing. Well,
Okay.
let's close all this and let's go to the data foundation. Instead of using the filter with input parameter, try to put the fixed values now once.
Here
Yeah, yeah,
for all,
yeah.
for all three.
All three, yeah. Try to put filter. What you wanted actually. Yeah. Instead of the parameter,
Oh,
just put those. You can go to the value help. Just click on the list of values.
okay.
No, no.
Or
Amol,
value after.
yeah,
Oh, how come I'm not getting?
yeah. Click on the. Take out the top input to make it as fixed values. Now choose the city.
Okay.
Okay, and same way with country. First, let's see one by one. Then we'll go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, activate and then try to just run this. Yeah, first let's see, then might be with the join. Let's see this, then whether she's getting the data or not.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, now do one thing. Now close this and involve input parameter only for region now.
Uh, why is it
Yeah,
displaying only?
yeah, because we have hard filters done already on the city and country, right? So it's showing only that. And your value help is the same view, right? For this
Yeah, but
input parameter, no, for this input parameter default is the current view is a value help, okay? And
yeah.
the current view we had a fixed filters in the data foundation for country and city, so it is just giving only that region, okay? Now let's involve input parameter for country now. Next. And in the input parameters, let's remove that mapping input parameters. Let's make it as normal input parameter.
Where in
In the
semantic
semantics, yeah, yeah.
country? Yeah, normal.
Yeah, for country, remove that mapping completely. Value help, just take the current view. Remove the value help. No, no. Just go to the edit of the input parameter.
This one, IP country.
Yeah, IP country. Yeah, edit. Now change this value help to the current view. Just click on that value help view. Yeah, pick the current view itself. What is your view name?
Um,
Your analytical view itself.
I don't remember. Sorry.
Change this type to direct and then bring it to column again.
Change it to direct.
In the parameter type, instead of column, change it to direct.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, Now it's
It's
on
showing up.
attribute. Just you have to change it. Just change it.
Okay. 1 second. I forgot that. And say it's okay.
Continue. Yeah. Say okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Just go to remove the mappings. Yeah. Only for country we have. That's okay. Just say activate. Click details. What is? Then let's delete that IP city. No? Let's delete that IP city and then.
Okay.
Mhm. I think
Null object loaded.
means the what did we use? Just check the definition of region and country whether the value help is same or not. Just select the region with cascading. Just move your cursor to the last, then you know. Okay, cascading 04. Okay, now get to the country. Yeah, done. Okay. So activate now. Let's model validation is okay. Good. Get okay. Say okay. No, no. Just say validate 1 second. Details. Element container of a null object load for local variable.
So do I need to correct that city in data foundation? Filter, do I need to remove it?
No, we have filter. We have put hard
We
filter.
remove uh, but we removed input parameter right here.
Yeah, but we have a fixed filter on city. No, just go.
Okay.
We have fixed filter on city.
Yeah.
Just remove that city filter. Let's see. These are the problem because it is returning null. It says. Say activate. Do one thing. Just just create a new parameter for the IP country. Let's say, let it take the default current view. Let's hard select.
Yeah.
Yeah, remove that IP country. Just put something like IP country 1 or something. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Capital letters.
Yeah. Anything is okay. Okay. Mhm. And change the filter. Yeah. Yeah. Activate.
It got corrupted.
Hmm?
I think it got corrupted.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you getting only that city?
Yeah, this is working. Region and country with 2 parameters, it's working. But if I add,
Okay. Now let's put that city filter with that only one city. Now let's say only one city. Put an hard filter on that city. Yeah. Yeah. Fixed value. Yeah. Let's see where it's actually going wrong. Yeah.
okay, yeah, it's working.
Okay. Now we'll create one input parameter for city. Just with don't change any value help. Let it be current view only.
Okay, shall I leave this to
No, no,
current?
don't change that. Just take city. Yeah.
Okay.
From the same current view. Yeah. Say okay.
And then I need to apply here.
Yeah. They use the instead of fixed, then use a parameter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not working.
Not working.
No. It's selected Chicago, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
It's
See the
displaying all the
so this is not the limitation of the cascading.
Okay.
If it is not filtering out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one thing. Let's close this out. You put country, region. Okay, can you execute it again? Can you execute now again? Let's take some country from GB, some EMEA, some region. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pick some city which there is no space. Lyon. Just select Lyon. Lyon. Yeah, there is something Lyon. Yeah. Just go.
Yes.
No, not working.
Mhm. But how come it is displaying only one city? I think this is US city, right? It's not European.
Manchester, Europe, US. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's showing you selected Lyon, right? Lyon.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you see the query now? Show log query.
GB.
But why does it take only one parameter? IP country 55. It's not taking city at all.
Yeah. Is that a limitation? It's not a. We can
No,
select, right?
no. We create 10 to 12 input parameters.
Oh.
Just close it once. Because it's not showing region also.
Yeah.
EMBA, No, it is showing. Now go to analysis. It is now we can see whether go to analysis works. The analysis tab. Because row might be reflecting in the same.
Analysis
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah. No, in the data display, there is a tab called analysis. Right? When you're seeing the raw data there is an analysis.
Here.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, sorry. This is the analysis. Okay. Sorry.
yeah. Just click on cities now in this cities. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Take region, country, city. Just pull them over. And just put some key figure into the values. Why it's showing Manchester? Is it the second refresh once? The top just say refresh. Yeah. Mhm.
This is not filtering. Paris, shall I select?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you're not finding the combination, you mean? Okay.
Yeah.
EMA, then pick some con
GB, Mexico.
even if you go to A for Africa, France is in France. So see, you pick up Africa, no? You can go to South Africa, then you can pick some.
And
Yeah, pick up France, and then you can pick Paris. Yeah, okay. See, now again it is showing all, no? Lyon, Paris. City is not getting filtered. Again,
Yeah.
just refresh. Don't give any region, country, just give only city. Just choose a city. Yeah. Lyon.
Any
Yeah, yeah. Any city you select. Yeah. Lyon or something. Okay. Now it is filtered, no?
yeah.
Uh, yeah. Now city is able. It is filtering out.
Yeah.
Now refresh once again. Just refresh once. Now in the country you give FR, France. Now country you just give FR. Don't go region. Just say France. And then, yeah. Now select Paris. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Doesn't work. When I give the country, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Country equal to this and see. Why does it take two values? For your system, it considering now. Can you see the query? The show now. 1 second. Now again refresh and select only the city. Don't select country.
Okay.
Paris. So now it works. Now see the show log. Yeah. Mhm.
I don't know which one is
Last one. Latest one would be the last. Yeah. Yeah.
city Paris.
Hmm. You should get that placeholder. Now do one thing. From this so and so. Just copy that placeholder. Just copy that placeholder. Only the one from the bracket open. Yeah. Yeah. Copy that. Close. Now try to play with country and okay. It is not. Is it playing? And F for France. France. F for yeah. Now see the query again. It's taking only one parameter query.
Given country.
Yeah. Now do one thing. Are we able to change it? Just put. Can you put that there? Yeah. No, no. You already copied something, right? Just
Yeah.
make sure you copy that into the notepad once. Yeah. What you already copied, just bring that to the notepad.
Yes, shall I? Here I can change.
No, no, don't change it here. Just first you previously copied, right, something?
Yeah, here it is in the. I copied in the message.
Okay, 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 okay. Now copy the entire query, what you see in the log entry details. Okay. Now go to SQL editor.
SQL editor. Okay.
Yeah, now just give the query there. Just break it. Just say enter.
Which one, sir?
No, just keep saying enter somewhere else on the 10th line or somewhere, then it comes down. Kakama.
Which one?
ఇక్కడ ఎక్కడన్నా ఎంటర్ కొట్టము జస్ట్ నెక్స్ట్ లైన్ బ్రేక్ జస్ట్ బ్రేక్ దట్ లైన్
Oh, okay, okay.
ఫ్రమ్ ఆ ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ ఓకే ఓకే చాలు వాట్ ఆర్ ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ కాపీ జస్ట్ ప్లేస్ ఇట్ ఆఫ్టర్ ది parenthesis క్లోజ్డ్ ఫ్రాన్స్ ఉంది కదా
Okay.
జస్ట్ కాపీ ద ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ అది అది ఇది రెండు పెట్టాలి రెండు పెడదాం లెట్స్ పాస్ బోత్ ది ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ ఐపీ కంట్రీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఆ బ్రాకెట్ తీసేయం అది లాస్ట్ లో తీసి ఇది పేస్ట్
Comma ఏమైనా పెట్టండి.
కామ పెట్టాలి పెట్టాలి కామ
Oh,
ఓకే సార్
sorry. Control V. Copy.
సో ఇప్పుడు రన్ చేయము ఆ క్వెరీని రన్ చేయము
ఈ బ్రాకెట్స్ కరెక్టే ఉన్నాయండి.
కరెక్ట్ ఉంది చూసినాం లాస్ట్ లో డబుల్ ఉంది కదా
Okay. Execute.
రైట్ రైట్
No connection.
ఇది కాపీ చేసుకుని క్రియేట్ న్యూ
Syntax error, incorrect syntax, line 5. This line, maybe I think something. One, two, one close, one, two. Do I need to డబల్ కోర్స్ ఇవ్వాలండి ఇక్కడ?
లేదు లేదు డబుల్ కోడ్స్ లేదు ఆల్రెడీ అది క్లోజ్ డబుల్ కోడ్ అది
ఓకే, క్లోజ్ డబుల్ కోర్స్.
విత్ అని వాడలేము 1 సెకండ్
ఓకే.
అక్కడ ఇన్స్టాప్ అక్కడ డబుల్ కోడ్స్ ఉంది కదమ్మా ఫస్ట్ బ్రాకెట్ ఓపెన్ దగ్గర
ఓకే.
అక్కడ స్పేస్ ఇచ్చి విత్ పారామీటర్స్ ఒకటి బ్రాకెట్ ఏం ఓపెన్ చేయద్దులేమ్మా జస్ట్ సే విత్ పారామీటర్స్ జస్ట్ టైప్ ఇన్
It's one word, sir? Two words.
విత్ స్పేస్ పారామీటర్స్
Parameters.
PARAMETERS ఇప్పుడు కొట్టు
Incorrect syntax. 9 5 column 145.
colon. Pick that so and so with parameters. అది కామా ఏమో పక్కన ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ ఫ్రాన్స్ పక్కన కామా with France ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్
And condition ఏమన్నా
లేదు లేదు ఐపీ పారామీటర్ కంట్రీ ఫ్రాన్స్ ఐపీ కంట్రీ సిటీ ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ ఐపీ కంట్రీ ఫ్రాన్స్ కామా ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ అంతే కామా పెట్టు కామా ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ స్టార్టింగ్ లో ఇంకో బ్రాకెట్ ఓపెన్ చేయము
ఇక్కడ ఒకటి
ఒక నిమిషం అక్కడ బ్రాకెట్ ఓపెన్ చేసి ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ ఈ ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ ఇక్కడ కామా ముందు ఇంకో బ్రాకెట్ అంతే అండి పెట్టు
ఇక్కడ ఒకటి పెట్టాను ఇది ఇక్కడ ఒకటి
లాస్ట్ లో కావాలి కదా ఒకటి ఇప్పుడు ట్రై చేయము
1 2 3 1 2 క్లోజ్ 1 ఓపెన్ ఉంది 1 2 1 2 3 ఓకే correct syntax
అదే పారెంథసిస్ ఓపెన్ దగ్గరే
1 2 3
ఒక నువ్వు అక్కడికి నాకు పంపిమ్మా నేను చూస్తాను జస్ట్ చాట్ లో పింగ్ చేయము ఒకసారి
ఓకే ఇది మొత్తం కోడా సార్
లేదు నేను ఉండము నేను చేస్తాను నాకు అర్థమైంది సినారీ అర్థమైంది
ఓకే సేమ్ థింగ్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ వ్యూలో చేస్తే పనిచేస్తుందేమో కదా సార్?
అంటే క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ ఇంకా అసలు వాల్యూ ఇకపోతే రాదన్నట్టు దాంట్లో.
ఓకే
ఒక్క నిమిషం నేను చేస్తాను అదే నా సిస్టమ్.
ఓకే ఓకే
నాకు ఊరిన వస్తుంది కదమ్మా నీట్గా.
ఏం సార్?
నాకు వచ్చిందమ్మా, ఒకసారి చూపిస్తాను.
ఓకే
చూడమ్మా, నేనేం చేయలేదు, జస్ట్
ఓకే
3 ఇన్పుట్ పారామీటర్స్.
ఓకే
Then I applied filter 1 on city, 1 for country, 1 for region. Only Chicago, Illinois. ఓన్లీ అదే సిటీ. నీకు ఇలా రావడం లేదు ఎందుకు సిస్టమ్? ఇది
సిస్టమ్ ఇష్యూనో ఏమో
తెలీదమ్మా. చూడు ఇక్కడ ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ రీజన్ కామా, ఇక్కడ మళ్ళీ బ్రాకెట్ ఓపెన్ లేదు, ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ సిటీ
ఈక్వల్ టు
ఉంది. నెక్స్ట్ ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ కి బ్రాకెట్ ఓపెన్ లేదు ఇంకా. యూ జస్ట్ హావ్ టు పుట్ కామా దెన్ అట్లా రన్ చేయమ్మా క్వరీ.
ఓకే ఇది రన్ చేయమంటారా సార్?
నీ దాంట్లో రన్ చేయం, నా దాంట్లో కరెక్ట్ వర్క్ అవుతుంది, అదేం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు నాది.
ఓకే
ఇప్పుడు చూపించు, స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుంది.
ఓకే ఇక్కడ మీరు పింగ్ చేశారా సార్ క్వరీ?
అవునమ్మా, చాట్ లో పింగ్ చేసిన చూడమ్మా. ఏం లేదు, జస్ట్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ క్వరీలోనే
ఓకే
ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ బ్రాకెట్ ఇది ఒకసారి ఫస్ట్ విత్ పారామీటర్స్ తర్వాత ఒక బ్రాకెట్ తీసేయమ్మా, చెప్తా. ఫస్ట్ బ్రాకెట్ తీసేసి నెక్స్ట్ రైట్ స్క్రోల్ చేయి. దెన్ ఆఫ్టర్ కామా తర్వాత ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ తర్వాత బ్రాకెట్ వద్దు, అది వద్దాం. అవును, లాస్ట్ లో కూడా ఒకటి తీసేయము. రైట్, ఇప్పుడు రన్ చేయము. అండ్ మధ్యలో కామా ముందు కూడా ఒకటి తీసేయాలి. ఫ్రాన్స్ తీసేయము. ఇప్పుడు రన్ చేయము. Then 6 of 2 group by, okay. లాస్ట్ లో 2 parentheses ఉన్నాయి కదమ్మా.
దీనికి ఎక్స్ట్రా ఉన్నట్టుంది కదా, ఒకటి ఇది క్లోజ్, ఇది ఎక్స్ట్రా ఉంది.
అదమ్మా ఫస్ట్ ఎక్కడ క్లోజ్ అవుతుంది, ఫస్ట్ బ్రాకెట్ లాస్ట్ లో క్లోజ్ అవుతుంది అన్నమాట.
ఓకే, అయితే ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఇక్కడ ఒకటి ఉంది కదండి సార్, ఇక్కడ ఇది దీనికి క్లోజ్ అవుతుంది కదా,
ఫస్ట్ ఇది లాస్ట్ లో క్లోజ్ అవుతుంది అట్లా.
సో అయితే ఇక్కడ ఇంకోటి పెట్టాలి. అయితే
లేదమ్మా, ఆ ప్లేస్ విత్ పారామీటర్స్ తర్వాత ఉన్న పారెంథసిస్ కి లాస్ట్ లో వస్తుంది ఎండింగ్ దానికి.
కానీ మరి ఇది ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఇక్కడ ఎఫ్ఆర్ దగ్గర క్లోజ్ అయిపోతుంది కదా సార్?
కాకూడదమ్మా, లాస్ట్ లో క్లోజ్ కావాలి. అన్ని ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్స్ ఒకటే parenthesis లో పెడతాం అన్నట్టు.
ఓకే, ఇక్కడ ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ అని రెండు ఉన్నాయి, ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ అని
ఉంటాయి. ప్రతి పారామీటర్కి ఒకసారి ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ ఇవ్వాలి. ఆడ ఫ్రాన్స్ పక్కన అయితే parenthesis ఉండాలి.
ఓకే.
ఓకే, అంతే, ఇది కరెక్ట్. లాస్ట్ లో ఇంకోటి ఉండాలి, ప్యారిస్ తర్వాత ఒకటి రావాలి.
ఓకే,
ఇప్పుడు
ఇక్కడ ప్లేస్ రెస్పాన్స్ చేయాలి.
సింటాక్స్ గ్రూప్
1 2
region is not specified. రీజన్ కూడా పారామీటర్ ఉందమ్మా.
అంటే 3 పారామీటర్స్ ఇచ్చాం కదా సార్ మనము, కంట్రీ, సిటీ అండ్ రీజన్.
అయితే ఇంకోటి అపెండ్ చెప్పి ముందర లాస్ట్ లో కానీ లాస్ట్ బ్రాకెట్ ముందర పెట్టాము, ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ కాపీ చేసి ఐపీ అదే మ్యాండేటరీ కాదేమో. సింటాక్స్ నియర్ గ్రూప్ ఉంటుంది, పారామీటర్స్ గ్రూప్ బై చూద్దాం పెట్టాము. ఎందుకంటే నా క్వరీలకి అన్ని పారామీటర్స్ ఫామ్ అవుతున్నాయి, మరి నీ దాంట్లో ఎందుకో ఫామ్ కావాలి ఎస్క్యూఎల్ లో. ఇంకా వెళ్ళాం రైట్. రీజన్ ఏదైనా ఇచ్చాము,
రీజన్ ఎనీ ఆర్డర్ సార్, లేకపోతే ఆర్డర్ ఫాలో అవ్వాలా? రీజన్, కంట్రీ,
అట్లేం లేదు. ఇది పారామీటర్స్ కదా, ఇప్పుడు నీకు ఇచ్చిన కరెక్ట్ ఇది పేస్ట్ చేయడం మీద. ఇప్పుడు నేను పింగ్ చేసాను చూడమ్మా చాట్ లో, అది మొత్తం ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ తీసేసి విత్ పారామీటర్స్ తీసేసి జస్ట్ నేను పెట్టిన పేస్ట్ చేయమ్మా. వచ్చిందమ్మా, నేను పింగ్ చేసి
అది వచ్చింది. ఒక నిమిషం సార్, కాపీ చేస్తున్నా.
చేసి విత్ పారామీటర్స్ కూడా తీసేసి మొత్తం అదొకటి పెట్టము చాలు.
విత్ పారామీటర్ ఇది మొత్తం కామెంట్
చేసి ఈ లైన్ పెట్టాము, గ్రూప్ బై ముందర పెట్టు. ఇప్పుడు కొట్టము,
కామెంట్ అయినట్టేనా? 2 కోట్స్ ఇచ్చాను,
అంతే అయిపోయినట్టు కొట్టము. మళ్ళీ ఎర్రర్ వస్తుందమ్మా.
సెలెక్ట్ చేసాము.
నీ పారామీటర్ పేరు 55 కదా, అది మార్చుకోము. 55 కంట్రీ 55 కదా. ఆ పారామీటర్ నా దాంట్లో సిటీ అని పెట్టింటి, 55 కంట్రీ 55, రీజన్ ఇస్ ఓకే అనుకుంటా. ఫైర్ చేయండి. ఫస్ట్ లో బ్రాకెట్ కాపీ కాలేదనుకుంటామా, లైన్ నంబర్ 9 లో ఫస్ట్ బ్రాకెట్ కాపీ చేసి కాలేదనుకుంటా. సరే, ఫస్ట్ బ్రాకెట్ లైన్ నంబర్ 9 లో ఫస్ట్ ఇట్ షుడ్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ parenthesis ఓపెన్. నువ్వు కాపీ చేసినది కాలేదని ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ దగ్గర.
ఓకే సార్.
అంటే నీ క్వెరీ నీ వ్యూ రన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఎందుకు అది క్వెరీలో పారామీటర్లు తీసుకోవడం లేదు ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్స్.
ఓకే
యాక్చువల్గా నేను ఊరిని పారామీటర్ రన్ చేస్తే నాకు తీసుకునింది.
ఓకే షో లాగ్ లో చూపిస్తుందా సార్ మీకు పారామీటర్?
అవునమ్మా, నీకు పింగ్ చేసిన షో లాగ్ నుంచే.
ఓకే
ఇప్పుడు నేను పింగ్ చేస్తున్నా జనరేటెడ్ ఎస్క్యూఎల్.
ఓకే
ఇప్పుడు నేను ప్రజెంటర్ చేసుకుంటాను, నాకు మీకు కనిపిస్తుంది.
ఓకే
ఇప్పుడు నా స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుందమ్మా?
ఇంకా రాలేదు సార్, న్యూ మీటింగ్ స్క్రీన్ వచ్చింది. ఓకే ఇప్పుడు వచ్చింది.
చూడమ్మా, జస్ట్ 3 పారామీటర్స్ పెట్టినాను.
ఓకే
అన్ని సెల్ఫ్ వ్యూ 3 ఫీల్డ్స్ అప్లై చేసినాను.
అచ్చా, అంటే ఏం అట్రిబ్యూట్ వ్యూ కూడా కాల్ చేయట్లేదు, డైరెక్ట్ గా పెట్టేసారు.
జస్ట్ ప్లెయిన్.
ఓకే
సిటీ ఓన్లీ ఇలినాయిస్. ఇప్పుడు నేను షో లాగ్ చూస్తే 3 ఉన్నాయి నాకు నీట్ గా.
ఓకే
ఇప్పుడు ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్.
ఓకే
చూడము,
ఇది వర్షన్ 10 సార్ మీది?
లేదు నా 96 అమ్మ రివిజన్.
96. ఓకే అంటే స్టూడియో హ్యానా స్టూడియో వర్షన్.
స్టూడియో నాది 101 అనుకుంటా.
మరి ఇది తెలియదు నాకు, ఇది ఏమైనా ఓల్డ్ వర్షన్ ఏమో.
వర్షన్ ప్రాబ్లమే ఉండొచ్చు అనుకుంటాము నాకు తెలిసి.
వర్షన్ ప్రాబ్లమా సార్? ఓకే ఓకే సార్, ఇంకా 2 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నాయి సార్, అడగచ్చా ఇప్పుడు? టైం ఉందని. ఇప్పుడు సార్ మనము చేంజెస్ అప్డేట్ చేసామనుకోండి, మళ్ళీ రివర్ట్ బ్యాక్ టు ద ప్రీవియస్ వర్షన్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి సార్? ఏదైనా చేంజెస్ చేసాం మళ్ళీ వద్దు, లెట్స్ గో బ్యాక్ టు ద ఓల్డ్ వర్షన్ అనుకున్నాం అనుకోండి సార్.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు వర్షన్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అంటే ఇక్కడ అట్లా ఉండదు వర్షన్ మేనేజ్మెంట్. హనా డెవలప్మెంట్ నుంచి అయితే చేంజ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అని ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. మోడలర్ నుంచి మాత్రం నీకు ఇట్లా వర్షన్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఏమి ఉండదు. కానీ సపోజ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ నుంచి క్వాలిటీకి మూవ్ చేసినాము వద్దనుకుంటే నువ్వు రివర్ట్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఒకసారి యాక్టివేట్ చేసినాక ఇంకా చేంజెస్ పోయినట్టేమ్మా.
ఓకే, ఇందాక క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ వ్యూలో ప్రాపర్టీస్ వీక్ వెళ్ళి సార్ మీరు ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ చేంజ్ ఇట్ ఫ్రమ్ డైమెన్షన్ టు క్యూబ్ అన్నారు కదా సార్.
అవునమ్మా.
సో డైమెన్షన్ టు క్యూబ్ చేసినప్పుడు డైమెన్షన్ కి డిఫాల్ట్ వ్యూ ఇస్ ప్రొజెక్షన్, క్యూబ్ ఏమో అగ్రిగేషన్. సో ఒకవేళ చేంజ్ చేసామనుకోండి సార్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ క్యూబ్ టు సారీ, సో అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ప్రొజెక్షన్ అని ఉంటుంది కదా సార్, సో అది మాన్యువల్ గా డిలీట్
డిఫాల్ట్ గా చేంజ్ కాదు, నువ్వు మాన్యువల్ తీసి అగ్రిగేషన్ పెట్టడానికి కాదు. ప్లస్ ఎర్రర్ ఇస్తున్నాడు నువ్వు, అందుకే క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ వ్యూ డిఫైన్ చేసేటప్పుడే చెప్పాలి క్యూబ్ అయ్యిందని. ఇక్కడ యూ కెన్ ఓన్లీ ప్లే అరౌండ్ విత్ బ్లాంక్ అండ్ డైమెన్షన్.
ఓన్లీ ఫర్ బ్లాంక్ అండ్ డైమెన్షన్, నాట్ ఫర్ క్యూబ్. ఓకే
ఓకేనమ్మా.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఓకే అమ్మా, నో ప్రాబ్లం. Okay, we'll close down now. Okay, and then we'll meet tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.